That's Mel Parsons, Circling the City. It's the lead-off track from Mel's new album, Sabotage, due out this Friday. We caught up with Mel, who was home in Littleton after traveling up to Auckland for the AMA Awards show.
Yeah, it was a good party. I enjoyed the new format.
Yep. No, it seemed to move, although it could have been a little, I don't understand why they had an hour break in between the things. That seemed odd.
Was it an hour?
Yeah.
I didn't even actually. Was it? I actually didn't notice. Yeah,
Oh, well,
that's
that's
a
probably
good point.
good. So maybe it wasn't too long.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was great for me. I had lots of chats with lots of people that I completely missed. There was a lot of
Oh,
people there, eh?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously.
It was a good one. So, what
Yeah.
was your highlight? Do you remember anything that stands out?
Oh, oh, so many. I loved Stan Walker's performance. I
That was
loved
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah, and Henny Wehe's you know, speech, and yeah, there are lots of cool moments in there. Seeing Kaylee Bell
Yeah, she's
up
amazing,
there,
right?
and yeah, and just smashing it is really cool. She's been working for a long time at that, so it's very cool to see her there. Yeah.
Right. Okay, now let's talk about your record, Sabotage.
Yeah, sure.
Very exciting. Well, we'll start with the title, I guess. That's as good a place as
Yeah,
any. And there's a title track,
great.
obviously. So why have you chosen that particular song and that particular title for this one?
I think I to be honest, I like the word. I like the word sabotage, and I think yeah, I think it just has sort of layered meanings, and it means different things to different people, I know that that has been used before as an album title, but I just
I
think
think there's a
I don't
Black
know, just
Sabbath album called
felt
Sabotage.
yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe some Beastie Boys, I don't know.
Sounds like something.
Yeah, no, I just like I like the idea of it, and I like it that it means different things to different people. So
Well, it's interesting because it's a term now everybody uses self-sabotage as a thing.
yeah.
Whereas back in Black Sabbath's day, I don't think that was something that people talked
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And
True.
is self-sabotage something you are concerned with?
Um, I mean, I'm not concerned with it, but it's definitely in play, I
Right.
think that it's despite my best intentions, I still yeah, I certainly self-sabotage.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a thing that
Yeah.
everybody can get up to if they let themselves, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think yes, yeah. Yeah, it's sort of a tricky one to define, but yeah, I absolutely guilty. Guilty.
Okay, well, we all are. That's how we get where we are. So
True.
now, from what I read, you and Josh Logan kind of made this
Mhm.
record completely together, which is unusual
Yeah.
for you. So
Yeah.
tell us why that happened and how that happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it had its seeds in the lockdown kind of time. I'm very loath to talk lockdowns, of course, given its overuse. But yeah, started out at that time, and then and because of that, we didn't. There was no band involved because obviously you couldn't see anyone. So
Right.
yeah, it was just me coming to the studio with kind of song ideas, and then just kind of piecing them together, piecing the songs together. And yeah, so it was quite a different process in that way. Often, usually most of my other records have been that I'll take a pretty much fully formed song in with a band, and and we hash out the parts there and then, and kind of make a record together. But yeah, this was a lot more pieced together, I suppose you could say.
So did you learn anything from that process? Is it better, worse, different? How did it work for you?
I'm sure I learned something, Marty. I don't know.
Oh dear. Didn't mean to put you on
I don't know.
the
Yeah, I mean, it was just it's just a different process. I try not to judge it too much, it was just how it was, what it was. It was how we made it, and
right.
and I think there's, some cool things about that. I really like the sound of it. I feel like what we ended up with, yeah, I'm really proud of, and I think that I like the sound of, so personally, so I guess
Excellent.
that's for me, that's as far as my that's as far as I can reach, once I guess everyone else just has to decide whether or not they like it or not, and that's
Sure,
kind of
I'm sure.
fine.
I'm sure. And so, how
Yeah.
did you and Josh? What kind of discussions did you have about that sound? Did you have an idea going into it what you wanted it to sound like?
Yeah, that's a good question. We kind of it was kind of experimental in that we kind of just took each song or each song idea as it came and just kind of just hashed around ideas as to what would suit, what would be a good vibe for it. And there's quite a few of the songs on this record that don't really have bridges.
Right.
Um, and some of the structure's quite loose, but I think I don't know, I kind of like that. I like the idea of making something that is a song that, it's still a song, but it's kind of more of a vibe, kind of getting across a vibe or something, rather than getting too hung up in like verse, chorus,
Right.
bridge, pre-chorus, all that kind of stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, I kind of probably let go of a lot of the I'm not saying it's anything particularly out of the box or avant-garde in the grand scheme of things, but for me, yeah, I guess just a slightly different process of putting it together kind of maybe means a different-ish sounding outcome. Yeah.
Right. So, as a songwriter, do you kind
Mm.
of look around at what other current songwriters are doing and you go, oh, you can do that, you can get away with that, or you can change things
Mm.
around? Is that something that's on your mind?
I, no, I don't think so. I think that, I mean, of course, you like as a writer, you're always, and I mean, as a music fan, much like yourself, like you're always listening to, and you're listening to new stuff and old stuff and things that you get obsessed with
Yeah. Yeah.
and but I think, yeah, I think that's kind of maybe there's some influences from something that I was listening to that snuck in, but I think generally in terms of actually creating something and producing it, I think that I don't know, I'm pretty single kind of, I don't know. I just whatever I like the sound of, is kind
Mhm.
of like my yardstick, it's like I like that or I don't, and whether it has come from somewhere else, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit it's a bit fruity, isn't it? A bit airy fairy.
All right. Now, I see one of the
Yeah, we
songs not. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say, yeah, we didn't set out with kind of a like we want this song or this record to sound like XYZ kind of thing. We just took the ideas that we had and mucked around with instrumentation and the production side of things to get to a sound that we liked, basically. Yeah.
Right, right. So I see one of the songs is 4 5 4 3 2, which I remember
Yeah.
you performed at Galatas here last year.
Oh, good memory. Good memory,
Well,
Marty.
not bad for an old guy, huh?
Nice work. Nice work. Yeah.
So that's been rattling around for a little while now. So
Yeah.
and I remember your daughter was upset because you forgot the one.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what can
Yeah.
you tell me about the song? What do you want to tell me about the song?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to think. That song has been. I mean, honestly, all these songs or the seeds of these songs have all been kind of rattling around
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for me. Songs sit with me for a long time before they kind of evolve and turn into something that I perform or that I record. But um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like lyrically and things, I kind of like to just leave that to people to listen to and
Sure.
take as they will, I guess. Yeah, this one I really like the production side of it, kind of almost heads towards, or like the vocal harmony, and it kind of is like um got a bit of a like Crosby, Stills kind of a just
Right.
that like really big vocal harmony that I love, and so we kind of got a bit of that on there. But yeah, I don't know. I find describing the actual individual song kind of. difficult.
No,
But
that's all right. Did you catch Graham Nash when he was here? Speaking of CSN,
I didn't. I
um,
can't believe I missed that.
he
But I
was
didn't.
so
Did you go to
good.
that? Oh, I bet. I bet. I had actually seen him though. I saw him out in Kansas City years ago at he came to a folk alliance one year that I was showcasing out there. So yeah, that's not as good as seeing him perform a show, but
Yeah. And amazingly, he's 81 years old, which is the same age as say Joe Biden, the current president of the U.S., who everybody's worrying about as being this doddering old man who
Yeah,
doesn't know
yeah,
what room he's in. But I mean, Graham was sharp, man. He was because I did an
yeah,
interview with him as well, and he was amazing. It was like he's ageless, so it's pretty good.
yeah. That's
See,
pretty cool. I always feel really inspired when I see artists like, I mean, particularly artists that I love like that, but artists in that kind of era of their lives that are still just, touring and
yep.
rocking and just like, and I hope to do that, I love it. It'd be cool to be able to, just to be still doing it and um yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, my favorite guy is Ian Hunter from Mott the Hoople, and he just put out a new album, and he just turned 85 today.
Wow. There you go.
He's like older than Dylan. It's just like,
Wow. I've got a long way to go, eh?
thank God for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but you do see yourself continuing on for indefinitely.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, until such time as I don't enjoy it anymore, and I can't really foresee that, I love it. I love touring and I love performing and, I'm lucky that yeah, that I seem to be able to write songs that at times connect with people. So yeah, hopefully I can keep doing it for sure.
And you're good at the work home balance thing. You seem to
Oh,
be.
terrible.
Really?
No, terrible. Yeah, terrible. I don't think is anyone good at that? I don't know. No, it's a constant juggle and you feel like you're never getting any of it right. But
Right.
I think you just for me, yeah, I just kind of I don't know. I just try as hard as I can muster each day and sometimes it's great and sometimes it's terrible, but that's okay.
That's
I
okay.
think I feel like that's kind of relatable, Most people are sort
Yeah.
of have a different version. Of the same kind of thing.
And do you want your kids to be musicians?
I mean, I have great aspirations of having a family band, but whether or not that eventuates is kind of up to the someone higher up possibly. Yeah, they can do whatever they like, but it'd be great. I mean, from a practical standpoint, it'd be great if they could all learn instruments and then I could stop paying session musicians and they
There
could
you
just come on
go. You grow your
and
own, huh?
yeah, and you just kind of pay them with ice cream or whatever rather than having to pay them actual fees and of course I'd love it if they would if they could, yeah, if they were into it, that'd be
Okay.
great, but yeah.
Now, getting back to the album, you have one called Hardest Thing, which I think you won some kind of songwriting award for. What's that all
I
about?
did. Thank you for pointing that out, Marty.
Hey.
Yeah, that was a great surprise actually. That was a couple of weeks ago down at the it was in the country music honors night. They have a thing called the MLT
Right.
songwriting, which is for an unreleased song. And yeah, I was extremely surprised, to be honest. To the point that I was actually out the back gas bagging away with Barry Saunders when they were announcing it, just with no expectation and
Right.
certainly absolutely no acceptance speech when
Right.
they
Right.
announced it. Like run up the wings. But yeah, that was that. I mean, that's always nice. It's nice to hear that people are, enjoy something or think it's good or,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that work? If it's an unreleased song, how do they hear it? Did you have to put it forward?
Yeah, so it's a competition, so you enter
Yeah.
unreleased stuff. So it's unreleased until this Friday, and because
Right.
it's on the new. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. And why did you choose that one to be the one to be considered rather than and Expectations or five,
Well,
four, three, two, or any of those.
it's funny actually because I actually put in two songs. I put Sabotage in as well, which I thought would be have a lot more chance. But there you go. You just can't pick these things. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It was just a hunch. So yeah, that's nice.
Yes, and you got some nice artwork on the record.
Yeah, I
Both
do.
sides of the if it's going to be a two side, an actual physical thing, which
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're
yeah,
releasing
yeah.
vinyl.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so there's this amazing artist called Emma Herkis who is based north of Wellington, and she's very fancy. She's won like the National Contemporary Art Prize, and yeah, I discovered her work one day at a I was in Paikakariki and I was waiting. I think I was waiting for a sound check, and I just stumbled across one of her paintings, and I was like, oh my God, like it just blew me away, and I ended up buying it there. I never bought a piece of art in my life, and
Right.
but we made a connection, and she listens to my music, and I love her art, and we kind of just have this thing going on for quite a few years, and um, yeah, I just asked her if she would, how she would feel about me using the work as a cover, and she very graciously agreed, and yeah, so I feel I'm really stoked. This is definitely the most stoked I've been about any of my artwork before.
Yeah. So
I'll
what
admit.
was it that connected you that made you go, oh, geez, this thing really says something to me?
Um, I mean, how hard is it to describe that? I don't know, it's just a feeling, like it just the the yeah, her work just makes me feel something, and um yeah, I love it. I love the color, and I just love her style, and um yeah, so it's very cool to have I don't know, yeah, to have that as the kind of as the front piece,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
especially especially good to not have my face on something for once, I feel like so often your face is just kind of everywhere on all the posters and stuff, and yeah, no, it's really cool.
And do you dabble in drawing or painting at all yourself?
Not at all, not at all. I enjoyed it when I was a kid, but no, no, I'll leave that to the pros, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there, Joni Mitchell has done, Bob Dylan does his, they're
Oh, Holly Smith.
Holly
Yeah.
Smith, there you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know. Maybe one day.
Okay. All right. So are you doing some shows after the album comes out? What's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. So we play just three main center shows with the band. So we play Christchurch on the 14th, 14th of June, Auckland on the 15th of June, and Wellington on the 16th of June.
Uh-huh. And how do they fit pretty much in with it sounds like they fit in with what you usually do, so it shouldn't be a big shock to hear the new compared to the old, huh?
And how do you mean in terms
The,
of
the new
the
songs fitting in with, doing your classic tracks.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think like hopefully there's like a bit of a different sound, but I think not so much that people who are fans of the previous stuff will be offended or won't be able to get on board. I think yeah, it's still me writing songs.
Yeah, right. And overall, the album feels like it's kind of dark and moody, especially like, the first song, Circling the City. It's got you kind of driving
Yeah,
around at night aimlessly. God knows what you're up to.
yeah,
And then by the end,
yeah,
Expectations feels a little more
yeah.
upbeat and optimistic. Is that what you had in mind?
Ah, not really. I kind of I don't to be honest, I don't really have anything in mind. I
So you're not
and
overthinking.
I don't mean to sort of paint myself as a vapid kind of person, but no, I think that because of my process of writing is very unconscious. So um that just comes out as it comes out. And so yeah, then what it means and what it becomes down the line is kind of anybody's guess sort of thing. But I think for that's just the way that I create, and I think that I don't know. I found if I have like some predetermined thing or audience or something in mind, I I I don't like it as much. I don't think it
Right.
connects as well, or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And you did one of those classic album of the Fleetwood Mac thing, right? Was it Rumors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a few of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rumors. Yeah, we did Rumors last year. That was cool.
And how did when you do something like that, obviously you already know the music. Everybody knows Fleetwood Mac and Rumors
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
But as a vocalist in particular, does it have any long-term effects on you and working with these other people and kind of dealing with songs that you don't normally sing?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's it's probably really good for someone like me who predominantly is in my own world in terms of I sing what generally I sing what I write, so having to learn, I mean, of course I knew all the songs, I knew them before going in, but it's not once you start actually learning them and how to sing them and how that side of it, it's definitely a challenge, because you are there's the responsibility, I guess, of in a show like that, really you are trying to deliver the song as it was.
Yep.
You know, you're not trying to kind of make some crazy new version of it. So you have to, yeah, it was really good for me actually, working in that way and not always easy. So it's really enjoyable. Great, always great crew on the Lively stage
Because
there.
as soon as I heard that they were doing that album, I was like, you have to do the Christine McVie song. I mean, there's no
Yeah, yeah,
choice.
and so I did. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fantastic.
We've actually done that. We've actually done that a couple of years in a row now, the Fleetwood Mac show,
Yeah,
because it just sells out straight away,
of course.
and all the artists are like, God, if only our original shows would do the same.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, that's all right. It's just the nature of it.
Oh, and
But yeah,
speaking
no,
of,
it was.
oh, go ahead. Yeah,
I was just gonna say it's a great joy to be singing those songs, really, because they're the soundtrack to people's lives, and I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
that
yeah,
is that it's a pretty moving thing, being a part of that.
yeah.
It's really.
But you mentioning covering and reinventing something just made me think. I saw the show here at the Power Station the other night with Voom and Reb Fountain and Vera Ellen,
Hmm.
and Reb did her version of How Bizarre, which is
Yeah,
that kind of made everybody rethink that song, I think. So
yeah,
what
that's
did you think
great.
when you
It's
heard
great. Yeah, I
it?
love it. It's a great version. I mean, I love Reb, and I love her voice. So yeah. And the song itself is great too. So it's a big yes from me. I
Yeah, I
love
think
it.
it's an event where she actually elevated the status of the song took it someplace else and made people think more of it than originally even.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a long time since it was released, eh? I guess that's
30
the
years.
nature. Is it 30 years?
Yeah,
Wow, that's
it was right when I
amazing.
moved to New Zealand. It was number one, I think, or something.
Wow. Yeah, that's bananas, isn't it? How quickly that time
That
kind
is
of
that is exactly bananas. Yes.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Very good. All right. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for taking time to talk to me on the. It's got to be.
Great
Is it a
pleasure.
hectic week or is it kind of mellow now? Because
No, yeah, it's sort of I try not to be too hectic, but yeah, there's definitely a lot on my to-do list, but that's
okay.
okay.
Well, tick this one off.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Marty. It's nice to
And
chat.
we'll see you when you come up here and play. It'd be great.
Sounds great.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right.
Marty.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.